catches everything. He's an impressive receiver, and Brad Burnham just showed you that.
Well, he leads the team in the big play department, and in fact is tied for the league lead. He's got 13 catches over 30 yards, and some of them just like that. He knows he's going to get hit. He exposes himself, doesn't care, is fearless when he goes up for that football.
5th in the league in receiving. Just 1 catch for 19 in the first game against Edmonton. And here's quarterback draw, not going anywhere. There's Elmondo Sewell pulling Jennings down.
Boy, he just gets right down in there, and it looked like that was a called quarterback draw, but that blitz coming from Dion Lacey, that caused Jonathan Jennings to jump into the arms of Elmondo Sewell.
It goes as a sack for Sewell, 9th of the year, 2nd against the Lions, and he's tops in the league in sacks from the defensive tackle position. A lot of time here for Jennings. Guns it underneath to Arsenault, who's tossed down by Patrick Watkins, short of the first down at the 18. A lot of post-whistle discussion here in the first quarter as Richie Leone comes out.
Well, these two teams know what's at stake here, and they're both fighting for a home playoff game. Both have a chance to accomplish that. Both have 2 games after this.
We talked to Richie Leone about the 62-yard attempt last week to pull the Lions back into a tie. I got the impression he wouldn't mind trying another. This one, however, not that kind of distance, and from 25 yards out, Richie Leone is good, and the Lions break the ice here just past the 12-minute mark of the opening quarter. Mike Riley riding a 5-game winning streak against his old team.
Well, we talked about Jonathan Jennings going for 5K with the BC Lions, 4th player to do that in their history. How about Mike Riley trying to get to 6,000? A handful of quarterbacks have got there. Flutie twice, Kent Austin in Saskatchewan in '92. Remember David Archer, the Sacramento Gold Miners in 1993. He's on pace.
Haven't had the ball much in this first quarter. That was a 7-minute, 18-second drive by the Lions to get 3, and the defense shuts the door. Mikael Brooks and Alex Bazzi as they rotate some different combinations on that front 4 for BC.
Yeah, Mikael Brooks missed last week, so he's back on the roster. Didn't necessarily start, but is rotating in early. Bazzi in there as well. He hurdles the tackle from the outside. Solomon Al-Nimian did the heavy lifting in the middle.
Love the Wally Guana description of what Mikael Brooks does. He said he's like big brother that gives everybody else some extra confidence. There's Kuhorn in the flat. Got to break a tackle. Unable to do it is Brandon Stewart, the 10-year veteran on the quarter. Wouldn't let him get away.
Play side was the short side of the field, just below our location, right down here, but it's well covered. Watch how Mike Riley wants to go to this side of the field. He's got 3 receivers down there, stop it there. See, he's looking down this side of the field, but well covered. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a deep man, and he has to go to the wide side, and that final progression to the wide side of the field, Kuhorn can't pick up the first down.
So 2-0, Dianuzzi dropped back with Rainey. Shaw boots it away. Flag on the play. Rainey from his 31. Little jab step, but he's got room outside. And Chris Rainey hauled down by the punter Shaw after a 21-yard return. There's
legal procedure.
BC Lions.
Edmonton, no end.
Warren will have 4 on him. Former head coach making his return to BC Place with more on the sidelines. Farhan Walji.
Yeah, guys, you know, when Mike Benavides was head coach and defensive coordinator here, he used to come out on the field 90 minutes, 2 hours before warm-ups just to get comfortable, talk to old friends, talk to opponents. But when these two teams have met this season, that is not happening. He's got completely out of routine. Back in Edmonton, he didn't come out until seconds before warm-up. Here he came out a little earlier, did get a chance to get some feedback from some fans, but refused to talk to anybody from the Lions organization, and not necessarily in a negative way. He wants to keep the attention on the players, but he concedes. This is a very, very emotional day for him to come back here. He's trying to keep it together, trying to keep it in the moment. His family is here. He wants to enjoy all of this, but he acknowledges this is a very difficult one for him.
I think he's wearing a groove in the turf as he paces up and down the sideline here. It's his defense on the field right now.
Boy, his defense played well in the first meeting. Here's Jennings, looks for Bird again, and Court Parks makes a play. Parks, who played for Benavides in BC, with a knockdown.
Yeah, he was talking to Court Parks. See, Gary Peters just switches off. Parks picks him up on that in route, and good timing on the knockdown.
Parks started the year on the inside, out on the corner now. 6 interceptions in 2013 as a BC Lion. 2nd and 10, low snap, and it's Johnson. And he gets tripped up, and Dion Lacey finishes him off. It was J.C. Sherritt that got him around the ankles and prevents a first down.
That's a nice play by Dion Lacey. I mean, first of all, Sherritt is diving to try and catch Jeremiah Johnson. Johnson comes out of the backfield right here. Now, J.C. Sherritt's going to catch him and trip him up, but if Dion Lacey doesn't continue on, he may regain his balance and turn the corner. Lacey keeps after it, and he'll finish him off.
Here's Leone. Tumbling punt looking for the corner, and it bounces inside the 15. And the ball is played. That's going to more penalties. No yards at the first call. Let's see if Anthony Thompson gets another penalty for that tackle around the helmet. Let Andre Cruz sort things out.
No yards. BC. This is a 5-yard penalty. Major foul. Unnecessary roughness. BC number 28 will go up 20 yards and a first down.
And that tackle was an issue for Thompson. And suddenly the field position changes dramatically for the Eskimos.
5 yards for the no yards, 15 for the unnecessary roughness penalty. And Iguana wants an explanation. Right around the head, and he doesn't let go. He just keeps pulling Stoudemire down, and
they'll take the 5. But those are the penalties that
we'll talk to him about the 15. You're right.
Coach is addressed. So final play of the first quarter. It's been a quiet one for the Eskimos offense. On the 35. Riley's pass, and for the first time today, he calls the leading receiver in the league, and Darius Bowman has catch number 110, a 21-yard pickup on the final play of the opening quarter. Defense, the theme in the opening 15 minutes. Guys just getting reacquainted here. In September, the Eskimos won the game with 33.5 minutes time of possession, but that certainly was a stat in the Lions' favor in the first quarter.
Yeah, but you know, when you take a look, there was some drives there for the Lions, a couple of long drives, and that's why they ate up that time, but not the explosive offense that I expected coming in. You just never know. I mean, you know, this is a first quarter where the defenses for both teams stepped up here.
And the Eskimos coming off a bye, you wonder if that is a factor, but they've had over 900 yards the last 2 games, so stay tuned. We might get some offense before this is done.
Well, and that throw at the end of the quarter to Darius Bowman, I mean, that's getting things started to the #1 receiver in the league. Good idea for Mike Riley.
And with that catch, the Eskimos move it into BC territory to the Lion 54. 21 yards more for Bowman. Still an outside chance in 2,000 on the season. Here's a swing pass to John White, and White has a first down and more as John White drives down to the 35.
Well, this is a great play for both these teams, and because of the style of running backs they have. For Edmonton, it's John White. Get him out in space. Now he just has to find that spot. He's got running lanes. He's got choices here. He's got a choice here. He ends up taking that cutback. But with that kind of speed in the backfield, get him out in space and let them do their thing.
19 for White, who has back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. They fake to White, and here is Zylstra, who had his first CFL touchdown in the Eskimos' last start in Montreal.
Well, he's really emerged. I mean, he's a guy who's a keeper. Right? He comes on the scene, and he's targeted in 3 games now. This is start number 4. He's targeted 60 times, catches 14 of them.
Mike Riley was saying that he was at the tryout camp in April when Zylstra was there. Ed Hervey asked the quarterback, anybody out there catch your eye? And he said, Zylstra, kid from Concordia College in Minnesota. Hervey shook his head. Yep, that's the guy I noticed too. Into the end zone, jump ball, Darrell Walker brought it down. Is he in bounds? No.
Boy, 2 players, 2 veterans going for the ball here. Take a look at the catch from Darrell Walker. Did the foot come down on the white line? Yes, it did. Right there. And I don't think he got that left foot down until after the right foot hit the stripe. That's out of bounds. Nice catch, though.
Just a little warning about how dangerous he is. 2nd and 10. From the Lions 24. Riley on a roll now. Turner in pursuit. And Riley's got to throw it away to avoid the sack. And Sean White and the field goal team will come on.
BC Lions defensively are going to take some time to, if they ever, Mike Riley puts both Darrell Walker and Adarius Bowman on the same side, they're going to roll coverage. They bring Adam Bighill back from the linebacking core to help out the secondary. He's going to get over the top, so you're basically outnumbered those 2 receivers 3-1. The BC Lions will roll coverage to Darrell Walker and Adarius Bowman if Jason Moss puts them on the same side of the field like that. And why wouldn't you? Got to do that.
Well, those numbers for White, only misses from outside 50 so far this season. From White Rock, BC. Back at home, and another field goal that ties the score at 3 apiece for early 2nd quarter. Join us at halftime for the GMC Precision Playbook. Today, Milt shows us how to beat press coverage.
We might get examples of that here in this game. I mean, you got Manny Arsenault, you've got Brian Burnham, Darius Bowman, and there's Patrick Watkins on the sideline.
But with Milt, it's the master's class.
Yes, you're right.
So Patrick Watkins getting attention. That has caused Mike Benavides to change the look of his secondary. Jeremiah Johnson straight ahead. He is running well here in this game. That's his 3rd carry for at least 10, 17 more on that chunk play.
Yeah, let's take a look at the running back's acceleration in the hole and how he has that little burst. Sits down, makes himself small there, and then bursts. Now he hits the next level. Good vision, sits down, burst right there as he gets that contact.
So 4 carries, 53 yards. Lions got it rolling on the ground with Johnson. First down 51. They'll stay on the ground. And he runs through an arm tackle and has another 10-plus yard carry. 18 more, 35 on back-to-back plays.
Head coach likes when you get the running game going. What coach doesn't? It's a nice, solid play. It's almost looks like protection up front where they were trying to set up a draw play, but Jeremiah Johnson just hits it. He does this on his own because they have contact, the Edmonton defense, right at the line of scrimmage.
Down to the Edmonton 41. Now Jennings to pass. Over the middle, Burnham, incomplete. And there was contact. The flag came a little late, but pass interference the call.
Yeah, I think Neil King put the hit on Brian Burnham just a little bit early before the ball arrived. He's going to end up running that deep dig route. Just three-man pressure, so Jennings has some time.
Edmonton, automatic first down at the point of foul. First down.
You see from behind, it looked like Neil King just with a little bit early contact. Watch the contact right there, and then the ball arrived.
Another quick jump from Odell Willis that draws a penalty.
Odell Willis shot
Outside.
out of a cannon there.
Edmonton, number 41, 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
The great one had the great rush ends have that great first step. And he's in the track stands, and bam, the gun goes off. And he goes, whoa, hold on.
So it makes it 1st and 5, and they'll hand it off to Johnson, and guess who makes the play? Odell Willis, although Johnson able to carry the tackler for an extra yard or two.
Boy, this is a nice play in the redirect, because his inside moves here on Antonio Johnson. And that inside move put him right in the gap that Jeremiah Johnson wanted.
7 sacks on the season for Odell. And 3 in the last 4, so he is heating up at the right time. Eddie Steele and Philip Hunt check in. On 2nd and 3 inside the 10. Back to Johnson, and down to the 5. It's a first down.
It's a good call and a good, well-called drive by Kahari Jones, the BC Lions offensive coordinator. He's just, if it's working, just keep with it. Just keep rolling with it. That's what's happening. They're feeding the rock to Jeremiah Johnson, and until the Edmonton defense stops him, why not? Now you can also go play action out of it, because you know those linebackers, J.C. Sherritt, Dion Lacey, and Kenny Ladler, they're going to have their eyes on 24 this play.
Lions were 0 for 1 against Edmonton in the red zone at Commonwealth. 1st and goal from inside the 5. Jennings, short drop, looking for Arsenault. Touchdown! Isolated on Tyler Thornton. Arsenault's got his 9th major of the season.
Nice touch on the throw from Jonathan Jennings, because you're right, Tyler Thornton was in very good position. In fact, covering him well, and almost a simultaneous catch here, which goes to the offense. But you can see Arsenault does have control, and as they go to the ground, then Thornton pulls it away. But look at that touch. Jennings has to throw it over the defender.
3rd touchdown against Edmonton on the season. Now they'll go for 2 as is their penchant. 10 for 20 in 2-point attempts this year. Jennings stays in, got an open man, and an easy 2 points for Brian Burnham. And it's an 8-point BC lead. 7 plays, 75 yards in just under 3.5, capped by a touchdown.
Rick.
Manny Arsenault celebrating his 100th game with his touchdown catch.
You know, good quarterback play doesn't mean always that you throw the ball as hard as you can to a receiver. That was nice touch. And then on the 2-point convert, watch the timing on the motion here from Brian Burnham. He hits this nicely, and not only is it a bunch that the Edmonton defense has to try and sort out who's got who, but he hits it on the fly.
Stoudemire fields the kickoff. Crashes across the 30-yard line. Brought down by Jason Araki prior to the game. A Special ceremony to honor the senior statesman of the BC Lion defense, the 12-year veteran Ryan Phillips, now over 200 games, and he has a football and special print to commemorate that, celebrate with his family. One of the class guys in this league.
Oh, absolutely, and a coach in the locker room with that young secondary, especially guys like Chandler Fenner and Anthony Gator.
Had some fun along the bench with Mike Riley before the game, and he kept barking out, and Phillips making sure Ryan didn't get hurt in the warm-up because he's getting old, advanced years. Having some fun exchanging barbs. There's another catch for Darrell Walker, and that's 99 now, and the Eskimos one catch away from a little bit of history.
Ruby Lou crew that came out. Keep fighting the fight, Ruby. Shout out to you and your family. That was my special shout out.
Manny Show with some special shout outs after the touchdown. So Darrell Walker at 99. Only once in CFL history has a team had two 100-catch receivers. John White in trouble and fights his way back close to the line of scrimmage.
Ryan Phillips made the tackle there.